Lines 99 through 110 define our Add Picture button listener. Now, when the user touches the Add Picture button, this listener's on-click method is going to launch another activity that allows the user to choose an image and have it get returned back to the slideshow editor activity for insertion into our slideshow. Now, what makes this on-click event handler interesting is that for the first time we're going to be taking advantage of the content provider model that's built into Android that's going to allow Android to, in this case, display what's known as a chooser dialog, where the user can choose from several different activities possibly that are capable of giving us back the type of content that we're interested in. So the way that we're going to do that is we first create an intent with the constant intent.actionGetContent, which says that we want a content provider to be launched that will give us back information. And we need to specify the type of content we're interested in, and for that purpose we call the intent object's setType method, which receives a string argument that represents the MIME type of the data we're interested in. Now, by saying image / asterisk, we're saying we'd like any type of image data to be available for selection and use inside of our slideshow editor activity. We're going to launch the intent with start activity for result once again, but we're also doing another new thing here, which is the first argument, the intent that we want to launch, is going to be the result of this highlighted method call to the utility method createChooser in class intent. The createChooser method is going to display a so-called chooser dialog from which the user can select possibly from several different activities that are capable of giving us back an image. So for example, there could be images stored on the device, in which case we can choose one of the stored images, but there could be also various camera apps that are installed on the device, and those are also capable of giving us back an image. So the user can choose to potentially take a new image with the camera or choose an existing image because of the way that we're launching a chooser dialog. And to do that, we use the static method createChooser on the intent class. We pass to it the intent object that we created back up here at line 105, and as a second argument we specify a string which is going to become the title of the dialog that gets displayed, which will in our case say select image. Now the second argument to start activity for result is our constant picture ID, our so-called request code, and as we saw in a previous video for the slideshow editor class, when on activity result gets called, we use this piece of information to determine whether we're returning from having the user pick a picture versus having the user pick music.